Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Global Healthcare Heroes, where we celebrate one hero at a time. This is Global Healthcare Heroes. My name is Manjeet Singh, and today the hero we are celebrating is a nurse, ICU trauma nurse. His name is Emmanuel Moturi, and let me tell you a little bit about Mr. Emmanuel, and then we'll go ahead and converse with him. I have worked firsthand with Emmanuel in a trauma ICU setting in a Dallas-Fort Worth area. One of the finest nurses I would say I have ever met, and I would say it's truly an honor to have Mr. Emmanuel today with us, and thank you for Emmanuel to let me celebrate him as a hero. Emmanuel will welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Manji, for having me, man. And also, again, I know we talked about this before, but just want to go ahead and show my appreciation to you for, first of all, doing what you're doing. I know it takes a lot of guts to say what needs to be said. So we appreciate it as a healthcare worker. Thank you for bringing a spotlight on what we do and what we need to be able to do better by us and by the healthcare population.
Well, thank you very much, sir. I know you are a very busy individual. There are a few questions that I ask. And my first question to you is, what was the decision-making point? Why you chose nursing as a profession? Why you joined nursing as a career?
Okay, thank you. So my story begins a little bit odd. As much as I want to say it was a epiphany moment, it wasn't. It was more technical and more logical for me. I'm an immigrant, first generation. So I moved here. I mixed with the diaspora population, and I was advised healthcare is the way to go. Dollar and a dream kind of moment. So I had to choose what I need. I had to choose wisely, and I had to choose smartly. So I actually started. So I went and did my preschool, and you know how back then it was. I'm talking about this is 2009. There was not nursing programs like all year round. It was about every other year. So if you missed this year, you had to wait a whole year.
Right.
So by the time I was ready to put my application in, the nursing the program had closed. So I had to wait. I could put my application, but I had to wait another year. So I decided I don't have the money to wait and just take free classes. I had to do something first. So I did respiratory first. So I did respiratory for 2 years. I graduated in about 2012, and I went to worked for a year, went back to school in 2013 to finally do what I intended to do nursing, and I graduated in 2015. So I've been a nurse about going on it's been 5.5 years now.
Wow.
And I've enjoyed every moment. And to go back to the inspiration bit, I won't lie, I have to be very honest with everybody. I went in because of it made financial sense, the amount of money I put down to go to school, the effort and the reward. The risk reward was the risk was low, the reward was so high. So initially it was because of monetary and financial needs, because I was struggling at the moment, you know.
Right.
But little by little, it didn't take me long to like really love what I did, you know, and that's brought me to this point. I enjoy every minute of it. I've met good people. I feel like I've touched lives. I've influenced lives, you know, and I want to keep doing it for the future, for the foreseen future.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you for sharing that experience with us. So you still have your RT license also along with your nursing, or you let that go?
I had to let it lapse in 2016, because they changed it to a medical license. So it was going to be a whole lot of alabaloo for me to go back and redo it, because and I was actually a registered respiratory therapist, and I really wasn't practicing I figured, hey man, I already have my degree. Nobody can take that away from me, and I have the knowledge. And so I let it lapse. I let it lapse. Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Well, sir, you have already touched one very crucial point where the young generation, if they were to decide what to do, you already have mentioned that financially your goal was met, and you saw yourself financially sound while serving the people, serving the patient, serving the community. So if I were to ask you, would you encourage new generation youngsters to join healthcare? And if yes, why?
Okay, so to answer that question, so this is what I've seen. This is what I've seen turn in the last maybe 3 years. This is what has changed. First of all, they've heavily monetized going to nursing school. So now they're offering you like this straight 4-year degrees for, and I could not believe my eyes. People are coming out with an average of maybe $80,000 in debt.
Right.
To do straight to BSN, which there's nothing wrong with that, you know. But with nursing, the first year or two, you kind of have to bite the bullet a little bit, you know. You would say you're not getting paid what it's worth, but you're getting paid in exposure and experience. So what I would suggest to young people that want to, excuse me, what I would suggest is if you want to do nursing, please go ahead and do it. But you don't have to walk the beaten path. There's an old path that I did, and I know a lot of people that did it, and I'm telling you, man, the results were amazing. There's a lot of, because there's like we've talked about, there's a huge nursing shortage, right?
Right.
All you need to work is a nursing license. You need to be competent enough to take care of a patient in a clinical setting and have a nursing license before you can do it. 2-year nursing programs are being offered. I'm talking about a fraction of the cost. Most community colleges, it will cost you about maybe $6,000  3 years, you know? And you will come out there as competent as a BSN nurse. Most people don't understand, when you go straight to BSN, first 2.5 years, you're not really doing anything nursing related. But in nurse, when you go to a 2-year program first, you get right off the bat, you know? And I'm telling you, both nurses are competent enough. And then the next question would be, do you need your BSN? Of course you need your BSN to set yourself up on a higher platform to be able to really enjoy that flexibility nursing offers. So you can do it, and you can do it in a very smart sense. You have to be brave to do it. The fact that you've chosen to be in healthcare, you're already brave. You're already thinking outside the box. So why not take it a notch higher and not just keep doing it the way it's been done whenever there's a smarter, better way to do it, and to where whenever you get out to work, because I've realized, and we talked about this, now what's making me a better nurse is because the financial, because it's financially, I'm not a millionaire, I'm not making like this crazy amount of money, but I'm comfortable for me and my family. The fact that I'm comfortable at home, I can come to work and just focus on what I need to do. And that's
right.
Yeah.
Now, sir, you did mention earlier that you're a immigrant, and what's the home country? Home.
Oh yeah, I am originally from Kenya, so I guess
Kenya.
I'm, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, if I may ask, I mean, like, this shortage is a global shortage. Is Kenya facing the same kind of situation as far as the shortage?
Man, yeah, healthcare has always been an issue back home. I mean, where do I even begin? Let's even begin with just funding. You know, underfunded, and you know, keep in mind we're developing countries, so the basic human needs are at the forefront, but just funding for that is not. It's not even like being made possible. So yes, there's a huge, first of all, shortage of facilities, equipment, and then worst of all, shortage of nurses, and also, of course, the fact that they don't pay nurses a living wage back home. You know, it is a damn, yeah.
And it is till today is the case.
It is the case, yeah.
Yeah, that's sad, sir. Emmanuel, wanted to ask you one thing. You know, like, one of the misconceptions we have when it comes to the medical setting
Yeah.
And if the person is, they think that they have a very soft heart, they cannot see blood and things like that. I mean,
Yeah.
like there is not many people are aware of that there is so wide discipline that they can do once they complete their nursing. Would you
Yes.
like to highlight? I mean, like they do not have to be in a trauma setting and where they have to see blood every time. So any your insight on that?
Yes. So I'm glad you asked that. It's something I've always asked myself too. It's funny you said that. But man, oh my God, nursing is, I don't even know. Nursing is as it's as wide, I guess, as a car market, man. You know, you can go from a small car to like an 18-wheeler and anything in between, you know.
Great.
Go into management setting. You can go straight to management setting. And then another, I have to highlight this, another growing field in nursing, of course, with the electronic medical health records. Now that it's in a phase where everybody has got to do it. You can do that too. You can manage
Informatics.
and informatics. Yes, you can do doctor's office. You can do insurance jobs. You know, to where you go through claims as a nurse because you have your credentials. You can legally go through medical records and say, hey, why did you do this? Why did you not do this? And so on and so forth. My God, it's you know, when I just thinking about it, almost makes my mind explode because it's so many options, man. So many options. And yes, just because you're afraid of blood, man, it does not mean you don't have a chance in the specifically in nursing field, you know, and of course in healthcare as a whole, you know, and also there's jobs like staffing jobs, you know. Sometimes there's an issue of there's a disconnect between employer and potential employee. You can be the link in between, you know. There's so many options. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sure as the youngster they'll watch this video, I'm sure they'll be encouraged. So thank you for highlighting that point. I appreciate it. Well, sir, I want to ask you
Yeah.
at the end, if you have the opportunity, if there is one message you can give to your rest of the fellow healthcare workforce globally, what
Yeah.
that message would be?
That message, I don't want to sound like I'm trying to start anything, but this is what I know. Man, it's like this. We are at the cusp of a new age, and the new age is, again, I'm gonna go back to this important word. It's money. I know people have got to make money, but at the same time, there's an infiltration of healthcare with this business interests that you will see, because the biggest cost in most healthcare settings is employees. We are the biggest burden on them, right?
Right.
Specifically, I think my message is we need to come together right now and ask for our fundamental rights that have been ignored for a long time. Because if we get what we need, I'm not even talking about, that's not even before we get to what we deserve, what we need, then
bare minimum
transfers to the patient, to the people that we take care of.
Right.
We can, that dream that we have of, you know, of being all we can be for our patient. You know, I believe one of the biggest problems, especially in nursing in the United States, is burnouts. Burnouts happen because you're underworked. You mean you're underpaid, overworked, you know, understaffed, overworked, and so on and so forth. And even if you're underpaid, maybe you'll have enough equipment or support staff, and that's maybe not the case, you know. So we need to come together so we can have a united front, you know. Divided we fall, you know, united we stand, to ask for these basic needs, because we'll be able to transfer them to patients. And I tell people, look at it like this, man. I know right now you're treating people, but one day it's gonna be you on that bed. And do you want your nurse, your nursery therapist? Do you want your physical therapist to be in a hurry because they gotta get to the next person because they're understaffed? Is that what you want for yourself? I'm not even talking about your mom, your sister, your brother. No. Let's just talk about yourself. You know,
Right.
That's my message. Again, in short words, we gotta come together and like what you're doing, exactly what you're doing, which is bringing us together so we can highlight our plight, so we can be able to ask in one voice for what we need, you know. And of course, we raise awareness that it's not just a field of daisies on our end.
Amazing, amazing. Well, sir, quickly, if you want to also acknowledge our frontline healthcare workforce in this COVID situation, what
Oh,
message would you give to them?
man, first of all, oh my God, I'm in Michigan right now. You know, I'm usually based in Texas, and I came at the tail end of the COVID crisis. First and foremost, man, it is. If you are out there thinking this is not real, man, this is as real as it gets. It will ravage your community, and you will do it so fast, so hard, you're not gonna believe what just happened. And for our frontline workers, man, you guys are you are a hell of a people, man, for just sticking with it and staying and showing up to work, man. Just showing up to work because, Majid, let me tell you, it was bad.
Yes.
I'm talking about it was bad. It was especially. I don't want to get gory here, man. The futility of the efforts was very discouraging. I know we're in a better place, but the frontline workers, they kept on, man. They kept on pushing. They are such amazing people. And of course, I'm not talking just about nurses. I'm talking about the kitchen staff that still showed up. You know, I'm talking about auxiliary. I'm talking about the community that came together and they were providing food for nurses. I consider all them frontline. You know,
Absolutely.
They did a good job, and they're keeping on doing a good job. The only other thing I'm gonna say is I'm gonna say this. Texas, it seems like Texas is about to get really nasty.
Right.
So I'm gonna just, if anybody from Texas is listening, man, you need to brace yourselves and just know you can do it. Everywhere else did it, y'all can do it too. We can do it. We can all do this. And also too, I already touched on something else, man. You're asking about for the new generation. What I was gonna say was, if you want to join nursing, you gotta be brave too in your work choices. You know, you can be very flexible, man. You can travel all over this country and help people, help communities. Because like sometimes there's a shortage in, say, Texas, but there's not a shortage in Michigan, for example. You know,
right.
So Michigan can spare a couple of nurses. You can travel to Texas and help. You know, and so forth, and so on and so forth. And it helps us because it helps staffing. It helps our fellow nurses. But also too, if you look at it from your point of view, is you get to travel, you get to meet new people, and man, it's crazy. It's all nursing, but everywhere you go, it's a little different style.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, sir, I really appreciate your time. And again, at this time, I want to focus back on you. You are a hero, and just want to thank you for what you're doing. God bless you as you continue to take care of our patients. And please know that your work and your efforts are heroic. And we are celebrating you today as a global healthcare nurse hero. So thank you for all what you do.
I appreciate it, man. And of course, again, back to you too. I'm very proud of you, by the way, for
Thank you, sir.
doing what we always talked about, man. You're gonna do something different. I told you.
Yeah, you sure did. We worked together in Louisville and
Yeah.
Frisco, different places we have worked together. And
Yeah.
thank you, sir. You definitely prophesized it. I do remember.
Here you are.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. And God bless you and continue to keep up the good work. Thank you. And thanks for all my viewers, all the listeners who are watching this video. If you have a question for Emmanuel, please make sure you write your questions in the comment section where Emmanuel will be able to see it and he can respond. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And if you like what Emmanuel has said, make sure you like the video. And please know that if you are in healthcare, you are a hero. Until next time, God bless you. Take care.